Tens of thousands of teachers in Oklahoma decided to take a strike today and march to Oklahoma City to protest to state lawmakers and demand more in funding for public education and also higher pay increases for teachers and also support personnel in public schools. Now, Oklahoma's Republican-controlled legislature last week approved the state's first major tax increase in a quarter century to help fund pay raises for teachers, hoping to avert this strike with a $450 million revenue package. But that $450 million revenue package was not enough to meet the demands of these teachers. And I will say that their demands are now not unreasonable or outrageous. Some of these teachers haven't received a raise in a decade. Now, the funding would raise by $5,000 the pay of teachers starting out on their career and provide a raise of nearly $8,000 for one with 25 years worth of experience. Now, teachers want more. They want at least $10,000 for their raises. And Oklahoma has ranked very low when it comes to teacher salaries. They're at 48, followed by Mississippi at 49 and South Dakota at 50 in terms of average US classroom teacher salary. Also, inflation adjusted general funding per student in Oklahoma dropped by 28.2% between 2008 and 2018. That's the biggest cut of any state. So some of these students have incredibly outdated books. In fact, some of the students who spoke to press talked about how their history books stop at the 2008 election when Obama got elected. Nothing's included after that. Their science books are falling apart. The teachers have to spend whatever little money that they make in their salaries to provide materials for their classrooms. Their classes are full, over full. And so what they want is beyond reasonable. They just want enough funding to provide a decent education for their students while also being able to provide for their own kids with the job that they have.
So if you're wondering why they're not accepting the raise offer, first of all, as Anna pointed out to you guys, over a decade of not only stagnation in their wages, but decrease overall in education, cuts. So we're not starting from the ground level here. This is after the devastating cuts have come into place. Second of all, the minimum salary for a first-year teacher in Oklahoma is the lowest in the country at $31,600. So, I mean, how can you live on $31,600? I know that, and you're a teacher, you're a professional. This is not supposed to be a minimum wage job. By the way, that's almost exactly $15 an hour. And that's what the minimum wage is in a lot of the bigger cities now. And that's what teachers in Oklahoma are starting at. And so their demands are not at all unreasonable. And some of them are in such dire straits that they're thinking of crossing the border to Kansas for a better situation.
It's crazy.
And Kansas has devastated their education budget, but not as bad as Oklahoma has. Why? Non-stop tax cuts for businesses, industry, corporations, fossil fuel industry, they gotta get their tax cuts. So what happens? They gotta take it from somewhere. They took it from your kids. So they were supposed to be, I remember when I was growing up, the Republicans were supposed to be the part of equality of opportunity. Now,
really?
I know. Now it seems preposterous. It seems laughable. No, they're spitting in your face and saying, no, I don't want your kids to have the same chance as my kids.
Of course they don't want that.
No way. I'm gonna put my kids in private school and you're gonna be screwed. And all I'm gonna do is devastate the education budget because I don't care about you.
I just want our voters to do better. I really do. And what I mean by that is I want people to educate themselves and actually vote for their best interests. Because we're talking about red states here, right? Right now we're having a discussion about Oklahoma. West Virginia just had a teacher strike and luckily the teachers got what they wanted and what they needed. And so I love the political activism there. But West Virginia, another red state. Oklahoma, red state. Arizona and Kentucky are now thinking about having teacher strikes because of how underfunded the public schools are and how little the teachers are paid. please vote for people who actually have your best interests in mind, okay? There might be Republicans who think differently than what we're seeing here right now. But for the most part, what I see is Republican lawmakers who want to continue providing these tax cuts for corporations and just essentially take any and all funding away from government programs that help provide a level playing field for everyone. Education is supposed to provide a level playing field for everyone. So people, regardless of where they're born or how they're born or what socioeconomic status they're in, have the ability to pick themselves up by the bootstraps. How are people supposed to do that when you're taking their opportunities away and destroying their education?
Last two things. It was supposed to trickle down on you if supply side economics that the Republicans touted since Ronald Reagan worked. So why did they cut the education budget by 28% in just the last decade in Oklahoma? If all those tax cuts for the rich was supposed to make your life better, why did it make your life worse? They never bothered to explain that, right? They stole from your kids to pay for those tax cuts for the rich and for corporations. It's never gonna get better. It's not gonna work that way. Finally, go on strike. Go on strike. If you're teachers and you're underpaid and they cut you for over a decade, definitely do it. The reason that people in power freak out over strikes is because they work. You gotta hit them in their pocketbook. It's the only thing they ever care about. It's true in the public sector. Well, oh my God, what am I gonna do? These teachers are not going to work and now that could hurt my economy. People are upset about their kids, etc. In the private sector, it works even better. Well, wait a minute, that affects my profits. Then all of a sudden you got their attention. I love that the teachers have started this new wave of strikes in the country. You go get them.
We got to take one more break. We'll be right back.
If you become a member of the Young Turks, you'll be saying,
you know, I'm like a smart person.
So do it right now. tytnetwork.com/join. Get the whole Young Turks show every day.